Good morning. Alright, so we gotta get the hitch on. How's it going, everybody? It's been a while since I did a real video in a while, so there's no birds chirping right now, which they did. Here they go, they start up. Airplane just went by, so there we go. Alright, well, I am getting a new mower, and I you know how I am, I gotta have some kind of clothing. So on the back of this shirt, if you know what shirt this is the product that I'm gonna be buying. If you know me, I can never get anything right. And this little guy here blew the drive belt to the blades. That was fun. Because I had to come home, and guess what I had to do? I had to get the ferrous out, which I set it aside to fix it, to tighten the belts. I never did that, so I just tightened it up here, which doesn't work quite as well as tightening it down there, and I had to weld the front end on that to fix it. Now, as you know, if you know this machine, they actually, well, it's not that machine. If you know this machine, they actually have a fix for the front end from the factory, and of course, I'll never hear anything about that to get one put on. They should have a recall for all the people who bought them to get that part put on or something, I think. But if you have the older units, just be aware that if you're rough with it, you could, not that you will, you could break those pieces on the end. If you're easy with your equipment, then you're probably not going to have any problems. But my yards are all effed up. So, anyhow, so I cleaned the trailer out. Yeah, I love it how she just comes in here. It's so funny. I'm going to take this with me because I don't know if I'm going to do any work or not, and I kind of want to see if I can set the two side by side. It would be kind of neat. Honestly, with this machine that I'm getting, I probably won't need this one anymore. Kind of would be redundant, I think, unless I really had to get into a backyard that machine won't fit in. But I'm probably going to end up just running a Time Master and the new machine that I'm getting, which is, we'll see in a minute when I get up there. But so I cleaned up a little bit. Got all my stuff. Oh, and yeah, I'll be buying a whole bunch of new stuff soon because there's a lot of deals right now. Everybody's, I don't think the economy is moving like they thought it was. So, like I said, watch, they're going to raise all these prices and then they're going to start discounting them out to get us back in because the economy is going to flip to the point where. So that's what's going on right now. But yeah, so we're going to clean this up really quick, and I will see you back. See how they do it like this? They're supposed to like different views. I don't know. I ain't got time for all that. Let's go. Come on, girl. This is Dad. We gonna go get the new machine. Yes, we are. We gonna get the new machine. Come on. You can't stay in here. She'll just sit down here. Watch. Watch. She'll sit down here. Says, I'm gonna stay right here. I think this is a nice place for me to sit. Yes. Come on. There's a circle. That's a good circle. Another spot. There we go. Good girl. All right. You ready to go? Okay. She's ready to go. He's like a horse. Like a horse, I swear. She'll stand in one spot for hours, and then she gets in the trailer, and we're going to go for a ride. All right, girl. She's going to ride back there. All right. Hey, well, we are leaving now. Leaving the house. Here we go. We are going. We're going to get... Well, you've already saw the title. You know what it is, but I just thought it was going to make it kind of interesting, whatever. So we're going to get the right standard, okay? I'm him-hawing about it. It's like 12 o'clock. I almost didn't even want to go buy it. I'm like, counting the money last night, and I was like, that's a lot of cash. That's a lot of cash. Anyway, so let's go. Well, yeah, we got to make a pit stop first. When you're driving a trailer, you got to find a place to park it, and you can't really fit up in there. That's not me. Alright, so I found out that a coffee and a donut keeps the psychiatrist away. Well, there we go. Parked my nice new truck with the trailer. And donut, coffee, iced tea. We're ready to go. Alright, well this is the almost halfway point, maybe a little farther, to the dealership over here at Green Industries in Annapolis. And so that's where I'm going. Taking the back roads. This is essentially when I come to work out here, so it's a lot more peaceful. It takes just a little bit longer, but not much, because if you get a traffic jam on that road, it's going to take you way longer, and this is a lot more peaceful, so it is what it is. So we're on my way there. Here we go. All we go. We're coming up on it. I'm excited and nervous at the same time. Okay, so here we go. Coming up on it. Oh my goodness, what is that? What is that? Oh boy, here we are. Yep, here we are. Oh, I'm just kidding. We were actually going to buy a Porsche. So there you go. There they are. This is there it is. I think that's the one right there. We'll see. Let me pull up if I'm in their way. I think that's the one right there. One inside, but so here we go. I'm gonna go pick up the Standard B. There's the 52, 72, 61, and I think this one was the one. I'm not quite sure if it was this one or the one inside, but there you go. So I figured this out, which makes more sense now, because you can hold it like this. See? And you can go back. Flat, they're 9-fill tires. It's all electric. Well, there it is. That's the actual one that I bought. Because this one only had like 0.1 hours on it, so I really wanted that one, and I bought the bag. All right, well, I'm here buying it, and when I said buy in cash, literally cash. I mean, all cash. So there we go. That's what $7 grand looks like. Well, there it is. So I finally got it. Literally just picked it up right now over here at Green Industries. And I got the one that was inside, but also I wanted to get it because it was, knowing me, one little issue was a bent thing on there. They bent it back on the handlebar. That's fine. And got the bag that goes with it, and I'm going to go over it right now. So I kind of like this now. I didn't like it at first, but now I like it. So there we go. We'll see what happens when I take it home and drive it around. All right. There you go. That fit nicely here. I can actually go straight to work with this. Oh, I gotta buy one more thing I forgot to get while I was here. So there you go. I'll just take that, slide that back in. That all works pretty good. Got the accelerated bag, so I got that also with it, which is nice. Aluminum, lightweight, and good to go. You want to say hi? There's
hey
a guy.
guys.
There's the guys at Green Industries. Come down and see them over here at Hudson Street in Annapolis, and they got the best deals in town and a great service. Yeah, so there it is. It's all in. It's all good to go. I got to go buy one more piece that locked in nicely. There we go. So I'm going to tie it down. The front tie down, back down here. It'll be pretty simple to do. Get this guy over here. You know, this one over here. Good to go. I'll crank them in and put one in the front. Alright, well, got the hat. They actually gave me a hat, which is kind of cool. One of the Wrights hat, but they gave me one of their hats. Place is busy. You know, they got people coming in all the time. I haven't seen a dealership like this before. People are actually coming in and coming out. Coming in and coming out. It's good. They're in a good location, and so far everything's been pretty good. It's been great service. This is really funny, man. Looking for it looks exactly like my old truck that I still have. So it's the exact same truck, other than the fact that he's actually got a matching cap. It is so weird, isn't it? But anyway, so I got the right standard, the 36B. Actually, it had a little bent on the handles. They actually just bent it back in, which is not that big of a deal. Just my luck with manufacturing. I'll get the one thing that it wouldn't be mine if it didn't have something wrong with it, you know. But that's not going to be an issue, I don't think. But yeah, so got a good deal, $1,500 off the sticker from. That's because Wrights was getting back some percentage on it, cash money price, and so it's good. Paid about $8,000 for well, 7,500, yeah, about 7,500 roughly, right around there. They charge $100. I ain't complaining about it, but some kind of thing. But anyway, but so that's how good I'm happy with it so far. So let's see, it fits in there nicely. It'd be nice to just take that and the. See, originally I was thinking of just getting a 48, and I'll just have the 48 and then just have the Time Master, and that'd have been it. But I still have the big yards where like the 48 is just going to take too long, so I don't know, we'll see. I'm always working out different ways, so let's see how long and how well the 36 is going to work for me. I was really scared about getting onto a standard. I've tried a bunch of them, and I like the way it felt. I even tried this one at the Expo, and I wasn't using it right. I want to get into that. No one showed me the proper way of how to use it, so I'm gonna get out of here and go home, and then probably get started on it soon. So thank you. There you go. That's it right there. Nice place. Like I said, so far so good, and they got lots of mowers here. So hey, if you're in the area, check them out. If you're not in the area, come down here and check them out, because they got a lot of stock in there, which is pretty cool. So. Thanks again to the guys over there at Green Industries. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. I know I've talked to a lot of people there, so just overall, thank you to everyone. Pretty nice. So I'm really, you know me, if you know me by now, I'm all about the customer service aspect of anything. That's huge for me. So if you know me, that's a big deal. So I really am impressed. Again, I can't say enough about that. No, I'm repeating myself, but it's awesome. So I gotta try to figure out what I'm gonna do now. Am I gonna go to work, or I'm gonna just go home and play with the mower? I don't know yet. So, get out of here. Alrighty, so we are back from the Green Industries. Back at the house, gonna do the first cut. I drove around. A lot of my properties were dry. I did one, but it was a messed up yard, so I didn't want to beat it up. So I'll cut my yard, even though it's dry as a bone. So look here, yeah. We'll cut that one really quick just to get the first cut out of the way, and so I feel better about it. I have to give you my thoughts on some of the things about the issues that I thought may be a problem, but not so much. And so far, it looks like a pretty solid machine, but I don't want to say a whole lot because, you know, everybody else has already had this machine, and they've already, you know, did their due diligence and said so much nice and bad and mostly nice. I don't know. So this is just my opportunity now to bring it to you. I'm not really doing it for you guys, this is for me, but it's just something else to put on YouTube, you know what I mean? So there we go. Let's get it out. It ships nicely. I was surprised how well it ships. I want to get the zero turn in there and try to figure out where I'm going to put it in the mower, where I'm going to put the mower in the trailer. And so let's get it knocked out. Let's cut really quick with it just to see how it does, and I can put the camera up here and it doesn't really bother anybody. So I'm going to unload it, and I get some iced tea first. So let's go. All right, so we are home. So anyhow, so we're home, but you can see how dry the grass is. The driest grass everywhere. So I'm actually passing up a lot of yards, not even cutting them. So I'm going to cut this one with the new mower, and that'll be it for today, and do some things around the yard. You know, but I got to take the rescue doggy out for a walk. So come on, we got to go. She's used to coming and walking her, so we are going for a walk. Well, there she is. Only got 0.2 hours on it from me driving it, and that's about it. So Alright, so I'll show you how I tied it down for now. I just got one tie down in the front. It fit perfectly with that one there. I don't know if this is how it's going to be set up. I might be able to get the zero turn in the back if I got big yards to do and leave these up front. I probably won't be taking this one with me. I'll probably put the Time Master in if I have this. But I don't know. I mean, I'd like to take everything with me. So we'll see. And then I tied down the back, which I got to fix all these tie downs. So we'll get that going. So everything else is in its place where it needs to be. So, you know, we can go through this another time. But, so I'm going to go ahead and unstrap it and get it out and do the first cut. There we go. We'll do the first cut. Get it going. Let's get it unstrapped. The other thing is they charged me like a $150. I thought it was $100. $150 checklist thing. I don't know if anybody else has ever had that before. I wasn't too quite okay with it, but I was like, hey, what the hell? You know, it's if they looked it over, but they only got 0.2 hours on here, so I don't know how they looked over anything. If they just put it up on a list and maybe went through everything, I could say that's okay. But I don't know. This one was bent. It's sticking up like this, so they took it back and just bent it down. They said. I don't think there's anything else I could really do with it other than buying any parts. But if I have any issues with it, I'm going to replace it. But here's the number one reason why. Well, not the number one, but probably one of the reasons why I bought it is right there. Okay, and they go down. Designed and built in Frederick, Maryland, USA. That's not too far from here. We're in Maryland, so that's pretty cool. So yellow and black. Our flag is actually yellow and black and red and white. So yellow and black. Anyway, so we'll talk more about that later, what I want to do. Got the hat on from the Green Industries. I got my Green Industries Expo from the shirt on with the right sponsor on the back. And so here we go. Let's go. Oh, I got my Cujo's on too. It's her first time cutting with them. Look at that. It took me a while to break them in. I wasn't too okay with them before I broke them in, but now that they're broken in, they're okay. It took about a couple of days of walking the dog and stuff, but there you go. There's the tread. So there you can see I put the accelerated bag, stuck that over here, just bungee corded it up. I'll probably make something like this for it, maybe a shelf to hang in here, or maybe put it sideways, like right there would be awesome. So you can see how I locked it in from the back. And the old tie downs that were there, like I gotta really get a tie down system in here. But just makeshift, making it work, you know, so this one's up here, not going anywhere. And I got these cones. So here it is, like I said, 0.2 hours. See, they're okay now, but this, like I said, this one was up like this, and I guess they just bent it in. I don't know what they did. They said it's pretty pliable. They can broke any welds. Oh, we're good. Okay. It's pretty simple to start. Did you close? There you go. It's pretty simple. You know, you got your brake here, your deck lift here with the pin, cup holder for the coffee, or they call it mystery cup, and you got your choke, and then you got your throttle, PTO, and your power on and off. And you got a bunch of instructions here what to do and what not to do. It says, hey, you're pretty cool if you do that. It says you're not cool if you do that, so absolutely don't do that. This is something you should do. This is like hieroglyphics. Look, there's a spaceship landing in the mountains, crash lands it in Roswell, and now you have a UFO mower. It says just walk away. You don't need this. See, and that's a rocket shit. Look, and that's on the Mandalorian and his son, Gogru. Yeah, so it says that's cool. And it says, look, it even says turtles can drive on here on the hills. And it says don't drive without it. See, it says this is no turtles, this is with turtles. So you can actually use a turtle to go on a slope, but without a turtle, don't, and stay away from the water. I think that's what that is. It's pretty dangerous. So I hope I explained that pretty good. There's something that I want to talk about. Nobody has ever talked about but one person. I didn't know this. Break. I didn't know this. Ready? That it actually comes back. So I was actually just trying to bring it back by hand. I couldn't understand these machines. But once I saw that, I could understand the two handlebar thing now. That's why I like this. First, I did not like the two handlebars. I couldn't quite grab the concept of it, but now I love it. I like this better because you can go forward by doing this, but you can also put one hand like this And you're pretty stable on this you don't even really need this technically, because you're pretty stable on this. You're straight up and down, which I like with this one. A lot of them kick you forward and you're standing like this one, and I didn't like that. So this one, you're standing pretty straight up and down, and my knees are on it. And if I want to lean forward, I can, but I don't have to, that was one of the selling points on this. The Husqvarna is like that. That's what I liked about that one, and the Cub Cadet. They were both like that. Every other one that I got on, it kind of forces you to stand like this, or you're way far out. And so this was, I mean, for right now, it's okay. There you go, Frederick, Maryland, USA. That's awesome. Let's go cut my grass. Back it up. Oh, I gotta unhook it a little more. Go. That off. That. Close. Alright. My fingers hurt really bad from walking the dog and getting my hand caught in the rope. You can't do this stuff. Okay, here we go. Park. Throttle midway. Choke. So this is your battery box. You just take that pin out right there, and that pulls the battery out. I can't get it. I can't do it with one hand, but there's your battery. The fuel is actually in there, so you got the right VIN numbers and all that up top. It's got a Kawasaki. I think it's a 19 horsepower engine. It's the FS60V. So it has those the smaller air coolers in here, like you'd see on a residential mower but it's still a good. This is a commercial mower. Good brush guard up top here. It's nice. These, I don't know how they're going to handle my kind of yards. Hope they're tough enough to handle my yards. So that's all I'm going to say. So we'll go from there. But they are bolted, so you could replace them. This I just noticed. I don't know where that came from. That's no big deal. I probably might have done that myself in there. Who knows? It's got chain hangers instead of straight up and downs. The belts were moving, but I guess that's how they do that. They wobble. But we'll see how tough they are. It also came with a drain plug, came with it. So that's something I'm going to show also. It came with a drain plug for the engine oil, like a tube. So it's got pneumatic tires in the front where there's no air in them. You got air in the back. Tires in the back are nice. I guess it's as big as you're going to get with this mower. It has a nice springy platform right here. This is to get to your hydros, okay? Here's your deck lift right there with your pin. Cup holder. That's the place where I bought it from. It comes with this side discharge chute cover. I did buy an accelerator bag for it, and I'm going to get a chute blocker put on here next. So there you go. Of course, automatic start. Pretty much that's it. Not much more to say about it other than that. There's where you fill your gas up. It's in there. So to do that, just unscrew this. Okay. Come on, how'd it go? There you go. So it goes to the side, which I like that better than lifting it straight up, because now you have complete access to it. If you lift it up, then you don't have the 100% access to it. Or dropping down would be fine. But here's where your fuel tank is. I got weak hands. On off right there. Here's your hydros. So they're good. It's at 80 hours is for your first hydro. I'm going to fill it up with only no gas in there. Wow. You'd think they'd put some gas in it for you. That's all right. Oh, I didn't even realize this. You can actually see the level. I just noticed that now. It was not told to me. Just saw that now. So those are the little things that I like. It also has a belt pattern. Put some petrol in there. What the hell? Why is it blue? There's a blue container in here. This is something you gotta see, which is pretty neat. Look at this. It's got like some kind of splash guard in there. You see that blue stuff? I thought I grabbed the wrong tank, but watch this. See that? Anyway, why do I have gas all over the place? I hope that's from me and not from... There you go. Okay, so go ahead and put gas in there. It's got one of these kind of lids, which is kind of cool. I like that. So let's go ahead and close this. Just enough gas. You really don't even need to use this technically because it seems like it locks in pretty good, but we're going to go ahead and close it. Alright. So you can see the level down here is just enough to get this yard cut. I'll just cut the front and that's about it. Oh, and I got to get a pair of matching earmuffs, so give me a second. So I figured I'd get these.
So if you made it this far, congratulations. I didn't want to do a lot of voiceover, but I was watching this back and I had to explain my thoughts here while I'm on it. This is my first time ever using a zero turn to cut grass. A standard to cut grass. It's a difference when you're cutting it versus just driving around with it. It's going to take me a little while to get used to it, but I really like it so far. My biggest fears was my back, and so far so good, but time will tell. I'm really liking the dual handlebars on the wrights standard B, and of course all of the wrights have that. That was my fear at first, that I would not like it, but I got a chance to test drive one, and I fell in love with it instantaneously now that I know how to properly operate it. And that I'll make a video later on about, because I've seen nobody explain this. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and feel free to skip through and fast forward this video as much as you want. But I wanted to leave a lot of the natural, raw experience in this video. So let me know what you think, your thoughts, and I appreciate it. Enjoy the video.
Okay, let me explain something here. I just noticed this. This is genius. The muffler is on that side. Great job. So no more burning the chute flap. Everything is accessible. I like that. Oil filter, oil dipstick, you know, all that stuff. There's the one wheel on the left that I thought that was a little crooked, but I guess it's just my eyes. I don't know. But overall liking the overall construction of it. Metal everywhere. I like that. If you know me, I hate plastic. There's actually a baffle inside there, which I didn't realize until after I was like really into it, you know, buying it and stuff. I was like, okay, that's interesting. That little gap concerns me, but I don't know if that's going to be an issue. Everything is metal, quick releases. All of your functions are up top there, easy to get to. Well, so there you go. That's what I was getting at. Was how these handlebars come back to you. I got sold on this setup. I can still drive the other setup because I know how to drive it. So if I get a different machine, but what completely turned me away from this machine was the double handlebars. I didn't quite understand them until I saw somebody said these actually release and come back. The ones that have the single handlebars, I don't know if they do that. I wasn't really paying attention, but it won't work if you don't have the brake on. Turn the brake off. So see, when you want to go backwards, you just release your hand and it starts to go. I thought you had to push it.
Doing it wrong the whole time.
Or same here, I thought you had to push this in with your hand, and I thought you had to push it back. But like on the zero turn, you actually physically have to push it back. This one, these you don't. You actually just push it and you let go, so it goes back. Which they come back nice. I've seen some people talk about some of them where you release it and it goes like this, and that's no good. It has to really come back. I like that. I'm glad I went with the 36 and not the 32 now that I'm looking at this, because this would be nice for just doing these yards, and I think I can get this through most of my gates, and whatever gate I can't get through. I don't really have any big yards behind the gates if they're small gates. So if they're a small gate, I have other machines that I can use to handle what like I've been doing. With the 33 Suitech Stealth, which is an ideal size, or the 32 Ferris, or just a straight Time Master. So I've always had the Time Master on my trailer. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is Time Master, this one, and then the zero turn. And days where I don't want to mess this up, I'll bring the Ferris with me. But I think I'm going to end up getting rid of it because I don't like the wheels in the front. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a neat machine to play with, but I think I'm over it already. But these, looks like it wants to storm, but we don't really get rain around here. My eye sees it. To me, I don't know something's wrong with my eyes, but I think one looks a little tilted in. I can't really tell, but maybe it is or it isn't. I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that bothers me. I mean, dumb stuff. This I don't understand why it's curved down. You think that would be smooth? There's got to be a reason for that notch. And this curve down. I don't understand that. To me, that seems like something that would get caught on something somewhere, knowing me. I don't know why it's like that. Interesting. Other thing is, I would have had this bolt on the outside, just like this one is. As a matter of fact, what I think I might do is take it off and switch it, because if you were to come across the gate or something, you want this side to be the side without the bolt. Honestly, I wish they would have some kind of setup where there's no stick out at all. These, I guess they're okay. Raised to the factory. I guess, I don't know, I didn't take it apart yet. Nice big bolt to hold it on. I hope this is strong enough, this right here. I hope it's strong enough for me. It looks thin, but it's okay. I was concerned about this being bolts for proper alignment, you know, issues from the factory, but I haven't heard anybody complaining about that, so. Airplane. I couldn't get that off with one hand, but this is just a screw. It works and effective. I guess that's how it works. See, this goes in like that. See, watch. See, very simple. There's your battery. So there you go. Oh, that boot should be covered over a little bit more, just like that. Covers over. A nice cover for the battery. I like where the battery is, honestly. There you go. Like I showed you how to get this off. This should just be like a push pin or something. I don't know, but that's fine. I'm not a manufacturer. I don't make these, but that's fine. It works. You don't have to get in here all the time anyway. which was nice. I like this. The fuel level, so it's right there. 1 bar. I guess you can go by the bars. I don't know. I don't even know. It looks like a 5-gallon tank or maybe a little bit bigger. This gets to your hydros. I'm not taking that off because it's a pain. But you know what? You're probably going to want to see it, so watch. Let's go. Oh, done lost it. There it is. So there's your hydros. I think there's ET 3400s. I think that's what they said. I don't know what this stuff is for. Oh, you know what? They forgot to tell me. I think this is your lock into neutral. You pull this out and then so you can push it. They forgot to tell me that. It's kind of nice. I like the way the hydros are in there. The hydro gear, obviously. I think they said they're 3400s. I got to look into that and see if they are. I'm not quite sure. It says it right on there, I'm sure. Springs are nice for this. This is a nice, well-built platform. I like the metal and not plastic. Tie down hooks in the back with the wheelie bars, but I'm gonna need that because it's Hot Wheels. So I don't know if I can put this in with one hand. Yeah, it fits. It sits in there a different way, I'm sure. Yeah, there's little spots where it goes, little slots. There you go. See, there's little slots, so it's not just hanging. You go ahead and put that on. Here. You want to see how I'm doing this? This is how you're filming. Get the camera in one hand. You're using one hand to do this. So you learn this stuff. It's like you're pushing pressure with your hand. That's for all of us filmers. I call it filmers. I don't know. What would you call us? Anyway, so there's an air bubble in the W. Gotta get that out. That kind of shit bothers me. I gotta get all the air bubbles out. I got OCD like you don't believe. All right. So I think what I end up doing is trying to find a sticker if I can find it and cover the DeWalt and put the wrights on there. So oh, look at that. Nice little holding spot for your earmuffs. There you go. I like that. That's a nice, well-built cubby spot. And I like it here. I'm glad that the battery is not here because you could just take this off if you don't want this here. Get more clearance going through like a gate or something if you needed that. Vice versa. If you had a situation where you were tilting so much that you couldn't get in, you could remove this as well and mount the battery. If I had that problem, then I would just mount the battery somewhere. I don't know. We'll have to find a place for it. Mount it right up front here. Boom. Put the battery right there, out of the way, completely out of the way. Just put it right there. You don't need to have access to see this at all. Surprised they don't come with like a cover to cover it all. It'd be kind of neat looking. Sort of like the electric ones, but I don't know. I like the engine exposure. The more exposed it is, the more air it gets, all nice and shiny and clean. Look at that Kawasaki. Got the Kawasaki. 18.5 horsepower. There you go. I like how they put the muffler on this side. And I can tell you how many mowers I've seen, and I have, where the muffler is on the other side. You lift this up, and it burns the freaking rubber. I'm like, how stupid. I don't know. So that's, I'm not going to say genius. Maybe it's accidental, but that's the way you do it. There we go. That's a nice cut. My yard's got like a dip right over there. That's a real nice cut. And it's not, when this is really green, it would look, I got to take this on the next yard that's green. I don't have any yards right now that are green except for like 2 or 3. And they're all big yards, but that's actually a pretty decent cut. That's what I was afraid of. I was afraid of it cutting like a like an old walk behind with the fixed decks. And they only cut good if you're in a perfectly straight flat area. You get little bumps, the deck dips and digs. So this is interesting. I'm really curious into this design, how that comes up like this in the back. They pretty much, in this kind of a mower, you want it tucked in as much as possible, and I think they did that. I'm glad they did that, because some of the other mowers that I've seen, this comes straight, and you lose. This is a little bit of a tug space that you can gain getting through something. That's nice. The eye has a different looking deck where it actually cuts in, so you lose this baffle. That's what it all looks like. But there's actually a baffle in there that almost mimics the eye. So I'm gonna have to call this one Bumblebee. I gotta get a Transformer emblem. Stick it right there. It's gonna be Bumblebee, the Transformer. I don't know. The pneumatic tires in the front are nice. I like that. You don't have to worry about them going flat. That's awesome. And they're not rough. I thought they were going to be really rough and hard. I mean, I feel a little bounce, but they're not bad. I'm glad I got this machine. The other one they were trying to sell me had like an hour on it. This has no hour, so. One guy was a little upset that I wanted this one because it was harder to get out. But I was like, oh man, I'm spending a lot of money. You know, give me the nicer one. I don't know, maybe they didn't look through this one. That's the only thing I'm scared about. A lot of unique parts on here that I'm just now noticing. I'm really admiring the manufacturing on this. This is pretty freaking cool how this was designed. There's a lot of thought into this. Look at these parts. I mean, I'm starting to geek out on the parts, man. This is cool. Adjustments for the deck. That looks like. I'm just learning this on my own on the fly right now. There's a secret hook for something. I don't know what that's for. This is pretty cool how they enclose the fact of the flange here. This does absolutely nothing other than aesthetics, but it looks nice. No, it's actually part of the tower. Okay, so that's part of the tower coming down. This is nice. Hid the frame. The frame's not as thick as I would want it to be, but I think that's why it's the cheaper of the two. Maybe the eye probably has a thicker I-beam. It's not that thick of an I-beam, but it's good enough for what I'm going to do. So here you go. So you can see right along the wheels. I heard something about this is what I'm talking about. So the wheels can fit through, the deck can fit through, because you're going through gates with these little machines. And over there, that's like kissing it right there. The deck is slightly out higher than the wheel, but no, it's not. Now that I can look at it, it's kissing it. It's kissing it right on the edge of that wheel. I think they push every little bit of 36 out of that as they could. Alright, playing again. Alright, so we got it in the backyard. I had to get everything on the trailer and see if it all fits. This way it fits. So let's see, this is a little bit bigger. Actually, it's about the same space because of the handlebars on some of my other equipment. But because it's heavier, so I backed it in and that one's forward. I'm going to try to back that one in. There's different other ways I can play with it, but this is the way it's probably going to be used more. The tire up against the frame, so it can't really go anywhere. And then I got the Toro 30 over there, so I'm probably not going to bring the Ferris, but if I wanted to, I could leave the Toro behind and put the Ferris there. If I wanted to bring them all, there's only one way it'll fit, and that's putting the Ferris all the way up front, Toro, and then I got to put the I'll show you. I have some pictures I'll show you. So I have to move some things in the front to get them all in there. So I'm not utilizing the front of the trailer because I'm using that for personal space, for tools, commode, get to all my gas cans, get to everything. So I want that space open by the door. But I want to put the accelerator bag on and get it out. Hold on. There we go. Got a nice spot here for the earmuffs. Put them on. Did you see Bella come running? She thought we were going for a ride. She understands the sound of a motor is the truck or something. Every time I start her up, she runs. I hate to say this, but they look like their front wheels are bent. Is it my eyes or they look like they're both kiltering in like this? No. I'm pretty sure they're bending, but who knows. Alright, so here's the accelerator bag. This is actually made for this unit. And, it's nice because it's all aluminum. Very lightweight. I've tried some of them that are made of metal and they're very heavy. And they're almost too cumbersome. I've heard the name before, but I've never seen one in person. That's all, look at this, all aluminum welds. So that's going to come in handy. especially for some really quick cleanups, I'm thinking, especially in the fall. But I have a couple yards that need, you know what, I'd like to try this in that big yard with all those, what it's called, magnolia leaves. They're very difficult to get up. The problem with that is it just chews the blades all up and doesn't really cut them up that much. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Look, she's checking it out. She wants to know how do you ride that thing? See her checking the back seat out, the back part of it? She's that intelligent. She understands concepts and functions and things. She just knows. Come on, go for a ride. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Smarty Pants. This dog surprises me how smart she is. It's scary. All right. Here we go. Go. Cool. So here you go. These little nibbits. One goes in there, and one goes somewhere else. I guess it just sits there. Just kind of sits there. Doesn't really lock in on the back side. Just sits there. It almost seems like there should be something else, like maybe something that comes over top and latches that. I can probably make something, but this is, I guess it's just quickly release it. I don't think it'll come off bouncing. Once this fills up, it's going to have weight to it. You know, there's directions. I'm sure I should probably read them. But that's kind of cool. So it's an accelerator bag. General instructions. There you go. This I just used to tie it up to the side, so that's what it looks like with it on. And so that's why I bought the one in the store, because it already had it on there. And plus I wanted the lower hours. It's frustrating me a little bit. It must be my eyes, but I see these two tilting in. That one, just a hair. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But there you go. So that's, I haven't even really took it out to work. I just did my front yard with it. And so it's got low hours. It's got no hours. It didn't even have an hour on it yet. But this is light. Here you go. This is the pin in the back. Just lift that up. And there you go. You can actually remove it. Look. You can actually come out. So. Alright, girl. This is not a sidecar. She says, this is a sidecar for me to go. We go places with this one. Yeah, we can go down to the city and streets. We can go. I want to go to place. We can go country roads. Yeah. She says, yeah, we cannot do that. We cannot go country roads. So we can go to country roads if you let me. It's going to go to country roads. That's going to be your sidecar. You can get. I can convert that into a sidecar. That's what I'll do. I'll have to cut the top off. You know what I'm saying? Put a little windshield in the front. There you go. Put a doggy sunglasses on. But so it's pretty cool. Huge shout out to this place, the Green Industries. Not the same Green Industries that sells Ballard. This is a different place. This is Green Industry Outdoor Power Equipment. They're located in Annapolis, Maryland. I think they originally were based in Severn, but their new building is in Annapolis now. And great place. They sell Toros there. They have Red Max, so they got my Huskies through the Red Max. They have Echo. They also have Skag, which I was debating between the Skag. A little bit more expensive, but if I bought two pieces of equipment, it would have been cheaper. And I'm probably going to end up doing that, but I just didn't feel like doing that right now. But I don't know, I'm really liking them double handlebars. I really like these double handlebars. And the next one will be a 61. No, I don't think they have a 60. I'll go with a 61, I'll have two. But honestly, I really want the Husqvarna. I'm hoping Husqvarna comes out with a 60. I would get that one because I like the way the whole thing is built. But if I fall in love with these handlebars, then I'm going to have to get another one of these, because I have been through constant anxiety figuring out which one I'm going to get based on these handlebars. And there was one YouTuber that I saw, and I can't remember his name, new channel. He actually did something with Hustler, but it's not like a YouTuber that actually cuts grass. It's like somebody who does for a company that does invoices, and then he goes out and does it. He might have cut grass. It's kind of like he's trying to copy Copper Creek's almost, like he made his own, but very informative. And he's the only one that points this out, that these things come back. So if you take the brake off, okay, see that? Now watch. That right there is what sold me. The other ones, I wasn't aware of them doing that. I thought you had to like pretty much turn them. You wanted to go forward, you had to push it back because it was pretty much wasn't on a spring. I may be wrong because I don't have a whole lot of experience with these, but this is so much easier now that I really got a chance. But I went to the GIE. I'll have to throw a video in here or something with me acting stupid on it, because I was using the front ones. I'm thinking that's how you push them forward, which to me made more sense. And this would go backwards. I was completely off. Yeah, I thought, okay, this is how you work it. You go backwards, you go forward. I guess you could if you wanted to, but that's not how you do it. You go like this. You just push it with your palm. And I was surprised to think that you actually could stand on this thing with your back being straight. That was my biggest concern. I didn't want to have to use a lot of body. But this one, your knees touch, but you can lean into it, but there's hardly ever really need to lean into it. It seems like you kind of ride just with your knees bumped into it. And this is a pretty soft pad. I was really surprised. Yeah, I like the Husqvarna and the Cub Cadet one because they had like a side bolsters, but I guess you really don't need all that. Thinking about it, especially at this smaller unit, they'd probably pinch you in. You couldn't. I don't know. I just know that they know what they're doing when they built this thing, and I like it. I haven't had a chance to really use it, but I've never fell in love with something that fast. Even when I bought my zero turns and stuff, it took me a while to use. I just cut my grass once and I'm loving it. So if anybody's on the fence right now about getting a stander or a right stander, just do it. If I could tell myself a year ago, I would do that. I would say, just go and get it. Now, I don't want to jinx anything, so I want to find out what happens as I use it. As a matter of fact, today is the first day of me actually using the QJs. So, I don't know, I mean, they're just a shoe to me, but it's kind of neat that the industry has a shoe. So, I thought the family was great when I bought it. They were awesome people. So I got it from the GIE in October. This is the first time I'm actually wearing them on the job. It's been out, I had them in a box, so I didn't need them because I had a pair of shoes. I've been wearing my Georgia boots, which I like them better than these. But the more that I'm wearing these shoes, it's like anything. It's like the more you get into something, the more you start liking it. So I'm not a product influencer. I'm just a regular dude telling you what I think. Whether you take what I think as information or just another person on YouTube amongst the millions of us out there, I don't have anything to say for that. But if you're following me and you'd like to know my thoughts, then this is what I'm thinking. Regardless, if you happen to just come across this because the algorithm picked this up because you're interested in the right stander or a stander or anything like that, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe to follow for more. Even if you don't follow me anymore, just hit the subscribe button. It helps me and it makes me feel better. Yeah, I'm just messing around. But anyway, so this is going to be it for this video. The next one will have to be with me actually using it, so stay tuned for more. And I'm probably going to sell the Ferris, but I'm not in a hurry to sell it. So I know a lot of people like to see this thing, but this is not the new one. The new one has the fix for this problem. So if you get an old one used, be aware that if you got rough yards like normal yards, it's going to break. What happens is one spins around and this turns on the side and then it bends over. And these aren't strong enough to hold it. So ideally they have one that's got a bar that comes across here and a piece going from here to here that fixes this problem. You can see this wheel is starting to get weak too already. So I'm going to have to left to my own resources to fix that problem, which I'm going to. I have a friend who, actually one of my customers, he's a friend, he welds, and he had talked about helping me fix that, so I might have him help me do that because I'm not a good welder. The worst welder, look at that. It's crazy. I don't get it, I just don't know how to do it. I'm just going to be honest with you, it's not my thing. Not my thing. So already, so all said and done, first impressions, I love it. I like it. Engine's only an 18.5, which is okay. I'm saying only. It seems like it's got plenty of power to do what it's doing. You're not going to buy a 36-inch to mow down hayfields. If you are, you're probably going to get a 48 or something like that. But if you do, well, then get a bigger engine. maybe go with the standard I or go with an X, or if you're going to be doing any other brand, look at their higher end stuff. Not necessarily for the thing for the all the functions on it, but basically for the engine. Because you're buying basically when you're buying this, you're buying the engine, deck, transmission. That's what you're buying when you buy these things. So, something else which is pretty neat I wanted to really point out was this is a really nicely marked. I like how big that is. It's got the old-fashioned pin that goes in like that. Stays in pretty good, unless it comes up. And of course they got the tether. And I like the cup holder. It's nicely placed. This has, it seems like it's got a spring also. It's coming up here to a spring and rubber bushings. So it's got two modes. That's nice. Brings it up so it's not sitting down freaking there. Wheelie bars, tow hooks in the back to tie it down. They call them tie downs. This feature I never even noticed until I brought it home. Like I said, the see-through. I like that. It's kind of cool. Wheels are decent. I've seen some mowers that are bigger that have smaller wheels than that. And that's one thing that when I talked to, I tried to talk to Ed when I was over there, and I was convincing him to put wider wheels. And he's had some kind of excuse that they can only do certain based on this, but I don't know. I just think the wider the better. That's my. Then again, if you're a manufacturer, you do the testing on it. Sometimes maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I don't know. So I believe it. I always leave it to the factory, how the factory set things up, because they do a lot of intense testing on stuff, especially like vehicles. I leave the factory wheels setups on them. I don't change them. I don't want to have any issues. So there we go. That's my review. I like it. I give it a 9 out of 10 on everything. But right off the back, I'm just going to say 10 for 10. But I need to use it for a little bit longer to get a straight 10 for 10. So in my world of make-believe. So here you go. Just look really quick and see how I got this set up. So you can see that. I'll put a cone up here to hold it in. Now I got to get more tie downs because I don't have enough tie downs. I'm going to put something in the floor probably. I don't know where I'm going to figure. I got to figure out where I'm going to put them. I might put some on the walls. I don't know. I'm thinking about just putting a track along the side, and a track along that side, and a track along the middle. So no matter where you put it, you can always tie something down. That's what I'm thinking. Or put 4 tracks. But I don't need to do the whole length of the floor if I know where I'm going to keep my stuff at all times. I do have a strap that just straps the tire. I bought it and never replaced it because I don't know where I'm going to keep everything. And so I got them hanging up there, those tools hanging there. This setup right here is the way that it works for me the most. And keeping a lot of that weight up front is good. Right on the wheels. So that's why I have the wheels. I don't want to have the wheels back here. I want the wheels up front, the big wheels in the middle and the small wheels out. So all the weight is right there. Right, Bella? She says, hey, you're just like a horsey when you get a horsey in here. Because horse trailers actually had the wheels like right back here for that reason. Yeah. I just love how she just casually does what she wants. It's pretty cool. She's like a farm dog now. Are you a farm dog? That's what she reminds me of. I was saying, she reminds me of a farm dog. Just hanging around. This is her yard, her property. She comes and goes as she pleases. She has her own little thing that she's doing. Yeah, we're talking about you. Yeah, so I just gotta thank God for the blessing of having this dog right here, because this dog has completely changed my life. You know, after not having a dog for 5 years, having her was awesome, and she reminds me so much of my old dog. And because they're mutts, they're hard to find dogs that look alike. And if you have a lab or a shepherd or whatever, you know, you can find a dog that kind of looks like them. With mutts, you know, you're left to a chance in the universe. There we go. She's checking it out. Look at it. Yeah. She's got a nose and a mind. She knows this is different. She's gonna check it out. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. You okay with it? All right. She's okay with it. Anyway, don't forget that like button, subscribe.